Jackie and I had seen that. That's on at the Comedy Theatre. And I mentioned last week it's a contemporary interpretation of the dastardly deeds of King Henry VIII. So it's very much a pop vibe a la Spice Girls. And you've got the 6 wives of the Tudor sovereign presented as modern-day heroines, complete with costumes. And the other thing I referenced was the moves that they make. Well, it's kind of like they'd be at home in a superhero movie. All of these women have been wronged because a couple of them were beheaded, 2 of them were divorced, 1 died, and the other survived. The question is, who deserves to be labelled the most aggrieved? They face off against each other and all kind of want to be known as that the holder of that title. So they dance, they prance, they pout, they give us their backstories, and they diss each other. So 6 is irreverent, at times it's ribald, and the women play up to what is a very raucous audience. And the audience laps up every moment of tomfoolery. So the subject may be heavy, but its treatment is strictly lightweight, decidedly funny, quite amusing. The 6 principals, they've got excellent stagecraft, and they've got mean sets of pipes. I mean, these girls can really sing, and they are also sassy. Each is attributed a musical icon, or I should say a couple, and these musical icons are what are called queenspiration for the 6 women. So Catherine of Aragon, played by Phoenix Jackson Mendoza, pays a nod. And Catherine of Aragon was married to Henry for 24 years. So Catherine of Aragon pays a nod to Beyonce and Shakira. Anne Boleyn, Carla Gare, is fluent in French, and she channels Lily Allen and Avril Lavigne. Jane Seymour, played by Lauren Hunter, who claims she was the only wife that Henry really loved, gives Adele and Sia a run for their money. German-born Anna of Cleves, Kiana Danielle, doffs her cap to Nicki Minaj and Rihanna. And it's Ariana Grande and Britney Spears for Catherine Howard, played by Chelsea Dawson, who, well, she lost her head. This is the Catherine Howard for her promiscuity. And finally, Catherine Parr, usually performed by Vidya Macken, but on opening night by Shannon Elise Kwan, she was the only survivor. And she draws inspiration from Alicia Keys and Emily Sunday. So they're the inspirations or queenspirations for the characters. Up-tempo numbers, there are also a couple of soulful tunes. They really hit the spot for me. The performers, they've got ample opportunity to shine individually, and that they most certainly do. They also, I love the choruses, they harmonise magnificently with the unbridled support of a top-notch 4-piece band. And in keeping with the feminist perspective here, they're called the ladies in waiting, and yes, they are for women. So, book, lyrics and music by Toby Marlowe and Lucy Moss. 6 began as a student production in a 100-seat venue back in 2017. Went on to claim 2 Tony Awards, so it's not doing too badly. And most recently, it was watched by a UK television audience of 13 million. Right, this is the London cast. They performed live in front of the royal family. So that's not a bad effort, I reckon, to do that. And obviously they were invited to do that. They were part of the Queen's televised party at the Palace celebration to honour her Platinum Jubilee. It's energetic, it's cheeky, it's cheery, it's a kick-butt pop musical, and I suppose you can say that girl power lives on and lives, so rock on. It's only 75 minutes without interval, so it's one of those shows. It's at the Comedy Theatre. It's playing till the 21st of August, so you've got plenty of opportunity to see it. I've got Jackie's views, which don't exactly concur with my own. She does say it's bright and energetic. It's an introduction to the wives of the infamous King Henry VIII via this contemporary girl power, so we certainly agree on that, revealing for each the tragedy of her story and history. So she again sort of talks about the cast of 6 and the all-girl band of 4. Super loud pop music, metallic costumes, flashing coloured lights, got the young crowd hollering, and they sure had fun. Sadly, this is Jackie's view, Jackie Hamilton, sadly, however, the show is as shallow as an influencer shooting selfies on the steps of the Comedy Theatre. It has the silliest plot. She says, I can't grasp why the worst treated is the winner in this pop audition. I didn't think there was a winner. The irony of toe tappers about trauma, abuse and miscarriage is noted and quickly dismissed, while the lyrical focus on forced rhyme and over-repeated chorus becomes a chant for youth. And then she says, laugh out loud, sorry, not sorry about what I said. I'm the queen of the castle, get down, you dirty rascal. This is one of the characters. Rather than delivering real drama and building emotional connection. She regards the abilities of the six as uneven, but she said the standouts were Kiana Danielle's dancing as Anne of Cleves and the vocals of the character who took Vidya Macken's role on opening night as Catherine Parr. So that is the thought of, and I should mention her name again, shouldn't I? Her name is Shannon Elise Kwan. So that is Jackie's thought about it. I thought it was fun. I thought it got to exactly what it intended to, being a pop musical, and it attracted a raucous crowd. So, you know, the Comedy Theatre is the perfect venue for it. None of you have seen this. Dave, or were you there opening night? I can't remember.
No, I haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it. Okay, so that's 6 anyway, and it's time for us to go, folks. So thank you for being with us, and we'll do it all again next week on